everyone, coming back with no lab. So November is here and you know what that means. The new list of game release, of course. And without further ado, let's start our list, shall we?
God of War Ragnarok. Near the end of the year, one of the most anticipated games will finally be launched from Santa Monica and PlayStation Studio. God of War Ragnarok will continue the journey of Kratos and Atreus in Nordic. I already played the God of War on PC, and yes, from the last story, we already know Kratos kills Baldur and takes Atreus to Jotunheim to capture his wife Acis. And yes, from the ending, I was surprised when they discovered Frey, Kratos' wife, was actually a giant called Love, making Atreus half god and half giant, and in another name called Loki. And the story will continue in Ragnarok. 3 years have passed after Kratos kills Baldur, and now we will see Atreus already grown up, and we can expect Kratos, he will not call him boy anymore. Yes, cause he's already a teen in here. And from what I know, in Ragnarok, we will visit up to 9 realms in this game, starting from Midgard, Alfheim, Helheim, and the others. And of course, we will see Kratos vs Thor in the current version of the game. The game will launch exclusively on PS4 and PS5 on November 9, 2022.
We will make our own destiny.
Gather up, Final Fantasy fans, because this is what you get when Square Enix makes RPG and simulation games. HARVESTELLA is the new upcoming games by Square Enix where you can farming, growing crops, and raise animals just like Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing. But you also have RPG aspect like dungeon and fighting mixed in the same game. I know this is quite unique, but this game has simulation aspects, so you can manage your own farms while at the same time you can also go fighting in the dungeon, just like every other Final Fantasy game, right? And the combat system using the classic Final Fantasy jobs like fighter, shadow walker, and mages. It is basically a mixed genre, which I never thought it would happen, but here it is. Also, not mentioning, the world is quite beautiful and there are plenty of things to do while you playing the game, so you won't be bored since you always find something to do. And if you are a long time player, then you will probably enjoy the music here. It feels so good to AFK while listening to a Final Fantasy theme back sound.
Set out on a journey with your friends to uncover the mysteries of Quietus.
And by the way, you can try the demo, which is available on Switch Demo, so you can try it for checking some stuff, maybe you will love it. And the launch date is on November 4th, 2022 for PC and Switch. Yes, it's available also on Steam.
Sonic Frontier. Finally, after a long time, we'll get a new fresh Sonic franchise game, Sonic Frontier. The game will take you to open world experience with Sonic as the main character. Of course, you will still play the same mechanical style Sonic games by collecting coins, while running, defeat enemies, solving puzzles to unlock new ways or portals, challenge the boss, and get the diamond to upgrade Sonic to even further. The game will release on November 8, 2022 on a major console and PC.
Being a cowboy is cool, but you know what's better? Being a cowboy and killing some vampire. Evil West is a narrative-driven action-adventure game that took place in the Wild West where vampire has taken over the US. And you, as our main character Jesse, a vampire hunter whose job is to bring an end to a vampire era. With a great action third-person shooter, this game really took a lot of notes from Devil May Cry and God of War games. In the turn of third person, but instead they give the best representation of the Wild West, which is gun blazing full of action. And that's what the selling point is. The game didn't tell much detail on what's coming besides its RPG aspect and the great graphics, but I suggest you check it by yourself on November 22nd, 2022 on PC, Xbox and PlayStation.
The Dark Pictures, Devil in Me. Yep, another interactive horror story from Dark Pictures. This new installment will be the closing of the first season of the Dark Pictures Anthology. The game will take the tale of Henry Howard Holmes, America's first serial killer. The story begins when a group of documentary filmmakers receive a mysterious call inviting them to a modern-day replica of serial killer H.H. Holmes' murder castle. They're being watched and manipulated, and suddenly they're much more at stake than their ratings. The game will launch on November 18, 2022 on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Darktide is the first-person co-op action combat games which took place in 40k universe. If you ever played Vermintide before, the games quite have the same gameplay, but in the Darktide you got much more additional. And the focus now is more to using guns, and yes, they still have traditional action combat using melee weapon, but the Darktide feelings of range combat is probably the main point of the title. And so what's new stuff in the game? Without mentioning the post-apocalyptic vibes, I would probably say with the character customization, since the Vermintide you can only choose a hero with specific class, but in the Darktide you got to customize your character and choosing one of the 4 available class in-game. Not mentioning that you can also play with other people in a group of 4, and that's quite addicting. The game itself will be released on November 13th, 2022 on PC and Xbox. It's quite like Microsoft exclusive, isn't it?
GUNGRAVE G.O.R.E. For you who are still patiently waiting for this franchise, then your waiting hours will soon pay off. This stylish third-person shooting makes close-range martial arts, creating seamlessly flowing action as you crush your enemy in a glory barrage of bullets. And for the story, the franchise beloved anti-hero, Grave is known as the world's deadliest hitman. In Gungrave's story, he was killed by his friend Harry, but came back to life by the Necro's skill. So, for you who already watched Gungrave in anime and play the Gungrave franchise from PlayStation 2 era, this game is worth waiting. GUNGRAVE G.O.R.E. Confirmed will launch on November 22nd, 2022 in PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
I don't know where to start, but here we are. The game, the GOAT, and the chaos. They are back. And watch out, this is not the GOAT game that you probably think it is. The GOAT Simulator series has some special place in my heart, since it's literally a game that if you don't know what to play, then you can just log in and do random things out here. And better yet, now you can play it with your friends. There are online gameplay up to 3 people where you can do mission together, complete mini games, or you can just do whatever you want to do. Since this is an open world game, you are free to explore and cause mayhem everywhere. Or find some secrets that the game might be hidden from you. I remember back then when GOAT Simulator 1 came and everybody thought it will end up being a meme, and it is a really fun, enjoyable game. And it's weird that they just jump up to GOAT 3 since there is no GOAT Simulator 2. So yeah, so here we got it. The GOAT Simulator 3 will be playable on November 17th, 2022 on PC, Xbox Series, and PS5.
Call of Duty Warzone 2.0. Already tired play the Warzone with the same maps, weapons, and strategy? Well, you can take a cheer now, because in November, Call of Duty Warzone will update to a 2.0 version that brings some significant updates. Yes, extensive updates, not just a massive amount of download files. The new titles also provide new maps, vehicles, weapons, and also a new interesting feature, 2 vs 2 Gulag, which really brings a new experience. What a great move by Activision by adding some stuff to the game. Call of Duty Warzone 2 will launch on November 16, 2022 on a PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
2022 and we get the new Pokemon game Scarlet and Violet. The 9th generation is here after a year Legend of Arceus release. I remember playing the game and I haven't reviewed it yet, so I'm about to play Scarlet and Violet this month. And speaking about Scarlet and Violet, here's some new stuff added to the game. We, as always, got 3 new starters and some new Pokemon added to the Pokédex. I'm not gonna detailing every single thing, but here we also got seamless open world map, which is different from Arceus since it said it has no loading screen between each map. That also means you can fight gym leader randomly, and is it a non-linear story? That's what I call the changes. But we got 3 new storylines that you can choose a new form of Pokemon power called Terrestrial Pokemon, which makes your Pokemon crystallize and got more stat and also change its type. There are also field boss and raid boss, which, spoiler alert, you can fight multiplayer with your friends in the same world. This is a must try for me, playing with your friends in the same world. Man, take my money. Lastly, we also have some quality of life changes like picnics, customized character, selfie mode, and auto battle for certain situation. And this is confusing, but you got legendary Pokemon at the beginning of the game, Koraidon and Miraidon, which you can ride as a motorcycle. The game will be launched exclusively on Switch November 18, 2022. Yeah, that's some of every game that we are interested to giving a touch this month. Is there any game that sparked your joy on the list? Let me know in the comment down below. Or you might probably have some recommendation that's not on the list. Give us your feedback also, and we appreciate that. And if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like by pressing that juicy like button. Also click that subscribe button if you want more content in the future. We really appreciate everyone who's watching the videos in our channel, and thank you very much. And if you want to keep in touch, we got social media link down below. Go check it out, we always post something new. Okay, I'll see you in the next time, so goodbye.